Welcome to the Silent Trading channel on Saturday, 9th of May. Today we're going to be going through the gold chart to check and see if the weekly time frame now is it on the bearish or the bullish side to be able to find our suitable trade position next week, right? So first things first, we're going to be analyzing on a weekly time frame first. But before we start, please subscribe, like, comment and share if you like this video and to support me in my trading journal. So we'll be starting on a week's chart first, on a weekly time frame first, to check and see right now that the weekly time frame of the weekly candle has closed a bullish candle and at the same time form a bullish price action, right? A bullish price action which is also a foundation, correct? So this bullish price action is a key level support, a key support right now because a bullish price action has been formed and complete, which means this is a valid bullish price action, which means the chart next week may down first to form a bottom wick, which is manipulation, and then pull back and then start expanding above, right? As we know it, because why? Because it is still moving in a sideways fashion in the weekly time frame. Because the weekly time frame, this is still a triangle frame that the market is moving in. As long as it hasn't pushed past or break above this whole triangle frame, it is still moving in a sideways in this triangle, right? It may be a trend in the lower time frame like 4 hour and a 1 hour time frame, but a trend in the lower time frame is sometimes only a week in the higher time frame, correct? Sometimes the weekly time frame, for example next week, push down to form a lower wick, right? Push down to form a bottom wick. It may be a bearish price action on the side of the 4 hours chart, right? A bearish price action may be formed and then start pushing downwards, and it will start pushing downward in the 4 hour time frame until the wick stop forming a bottom wick further, correct? Once a wick form a bottom wick, we're not attacking the support and then start pulling back, which will align with the 4 hours chart, start forming a bullish price action and then start attacking resistance, right? So all of this is actually price action, is actually bar action, and is also time frame alignment, which means if you understand time frame alignment, you should be able to trade properly, you should be able to trade appropriately according to what the chart is telling you, right? So as you can see, a bullish price action is formed and complete, which means this is a valid bullish price action on a weekly chart. So we wait for the next candle retest to buy, right? And this is only on a week time frame. So a candle retest should only be a retest but must not touch or even attack this support, which means a retest is only to push down to form a bottom wick, which is what you guys call a manipulation, before pulling back up and then start attacking resistance over here, right? So this is what we hope to see on the week's chart on the weekly time frame. But what about on the daily time frame? Is the daily time frame telling us otherwise? Nope. The daily time frame is telling us the same thing, right? But daily time frame is telling us more than the weekly time frame because there are a lot of noise, there are a lot of details. It may not have as much details as on a 1 hour chart, on a 4 hour chart, but it still has more detail than a week's chart, right? On a daily chart, there is a gap, there is an unfilled gap, there is to be filled, which is what you guys call the fair value gap, the imbalance, right? So this gap that is unfilled may has to be filled on the daily chart, which means the next week candle, saying that the next week candle would have to push down to form a bottom wick, is not going overboard because the daily chart has shown an unfilled gap, which means the daily chart may also push down to fill this gap right? May also dump down to fill this gap before forming a new bullish price action and then start expanding above, right? And this bullish price action may be formed at this last triangle over here, or it may be formed at the second triangle. It depends on what? It depends on when the chart start dumping or when the chart start tumbling down, right? Dumping means a sharp break below. Tumbling down means a sideways down direction. A sideways down direction is the chart slowly going down candle by candle. So we do not care right now if the chart is going to start tumbling down or is it going to dump, right? Because all we need to do is we wait for price action, we wait for the appropriate price action to form, right, and be complete before we start buying. So if the chart is dumping, based on what I've analyzed on the weekly chart, that is going to form a bottom wick by manipulation. It may also happen on the daily time frame because this is an unfilled gap that the daily time frame would have to fill, right? Either by filling on the second triangle or by pushing all the way down to the third triangle, right? To the third box over here, the third triangle over here, which is the largest triangle right now, right? Not including the daily triangle, but including only here, which means if this triangle is to be clear of all of the triangle here, right? Which means if the chart is filling all of this here, it is going to form a bullish price action at about 4,600 plus, which means another 10,000 points of dumping, right? So why risk buying over here? Why risk panic buying, panic selling, instead of going down to buy all the way below or selling all the way above and then wait to profit, right? So if the price action is not showing you anything, we're not going to be buying. But on the daily time frame, the price action does show us something. It shows us that it is trying to push up but wasn't able to do so, right? It's trying to push up but wasn't able to do so, which means there are people panic buying, there are people placing buy stops, right, and acquiring orders. And after the market allow retail traders to acquire all of those orders, all of those buy from panic buying, the price then pull back, which means there are buyers trapped above right now. If buyers are trapped above right now, it is also not overbought to say that the next week candle may dump first before forming a bullish price action and then start expanding, right? So all we need to do is we wait for what the chart is telling us, because if the buyers trapped above have already closed their position, the next week candle may push up first to attack resistance and accumulate sell side volume, and then expand all the way up to take out all of those sell side volume before reversing and forming a bearish price action and then start dumping once more. And the next dump if it do not dump at the next week and then start expanding above, the next dump that will happen with a few 10,000 points of pips, right? So the more it starts expanding above while not even dumping at the slightest gap over here, the moment it dumps after expanding above enough, it will be a really, really hard dump, which means a lot of traders are really going into liquidation, right? So all we need to do is we wait for price action to form. If you're going to be selling, wait to sell at the above, wait to sell at the top. If you're going to be buying, wait to buy at the bottom, right? You may not be able to buy at the bottom most or the top most, but at least you buy based on the price action. If it is forming a bearish price action and you buy at the retest, you're going to have a good order. If you're buying and you wait for a bullish price action to form and you buy at the retest, that will be a more suitable order for you to profit from, right? An order that is less riskier and wouldn't have you trying to manage your drawdown as much as you should, right? So right now on the daily time frame also signifies a bullish price action, but may dump first to form a bullish price action below, may dump first to form a new foundation below like this, right? Form a new foundation and then start forming another bullish price action and then start expanding once more. Okay, so this is only on the daily time frame, right? What about on the 4-hour time frame? The 4-hour time frame has shown us that it is sideways. It is moving in a sideways fashion. Clearly, it is clearly moving in a sideways fashion because why? Because from this expansion over here, right? This slow expansion over here push up all the way to form a top wick before pulling back and then forming a bearish price action. After forming a bearish price action and then dumping at the next candle, and then reverse by forming a bullish price action just after a bearish price action, and then tries to push up, breaking resistance, push down to retest and clear out and take out buy side volume while not attacking the next support, not accumulating more buy side volume before pulling back. The next candle, push down, right? Manipulation before. This is a manipulation. This is a wick to manipulate on the non-farm payrolls news before pulling back and then start expanding. This expansion shows a break of resistance, which means the chart is still trying to push up, right? But after breaking resistance, the chart then dump, which means there are also people follow or panic buying. So right now the chart is trying to break above but wasn't able to do so due to quite a number of retail traders panic buying. So buy volumes are continuously coming in. So the chart next week may dump really hard to take out all of those buyers and then trick them into entering a sell side position before it can form a bullish price action and then start expanding above once more, right? So right now it is a tug of war between big money and small money. So who is going to win this game? Depending on where you place your position, depending on how you understand the chart and how you understand basic human psychology, basic human behavior. If you do understand all of this, you should know that big money never loses, which means if you are playing according to what the small money are doing, you are losing alongside them, right? But if you're playing against the small money, you're looking to win alongside the big money, alongside the institution, right? So right now, wait for the chart to show some price action, reveal some information before you start buying at the next candle retracement or retest, or wait for the next candle to break support before you start selling at the next retest or the retracement, right? So for today, that's all I'm going to be here for, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow and look forward to seeing you guys on Monday when the market opens. So for today, I'll see you guys tomorrow. See ya.